Maybe it is working. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the class. Um, Last week we went over some information such as your profile picture, your bio, unused areas of Facebook, and I gave you a handout that gave you information on how to get free images. I hope that you were able to access that and get that information. It was just full of wonderful images that you're able to use for free on your Facebook pages. We all know that images have a greater chance of being looked at and they have a higher rate of engagement. And that's something that we're all looking for. Today we're going to go over Facebook etiquette and scheduling posts on Facebook. Etiquette is most of what's talked about is etiquette on Facebook is actually common sense. Remember, we don't want to talk about private matters on our wall. We do want to show that we're human, but we don't want to go into great depth of private matters. You don't want to be putting that out there that you're having a fight with your husband or a fight with your, you just don't want to put that kind of stuff out there. Personal news does not go on a social media networking platform. Spam and oversharing is as out of place on your Facebook page as it is on your personal page. While I feel that there's some, have you ever gone to a page where all you see is them promoting their business? You really don't want to see that. And if you don't have a fan page set up and you're trying to do advertising on your regular Facebook page, on your personal profile page, that's against Facebook's rules and terms of service. You don't want to be doing that. They'll drop you so fast. I believe the controversy sometimes on a page is a good thing to share. But as usual, just like everything else that you hear talk about, you want to stay away from religion and politics on a fan page to a certain extent. I mean, you can mention God, you can talk about God, but you don't want it to be all about God unless that is the particular platform that you are. If you're a church or something like that, then of course there's going to be more of that on there and information about events that you're having. You also want to be very careful about your spelling and grammar. And I listed that as an etiquette thing because these things stand out like a huge pimple at the end of your nose. People see those mistakes and they just seem to jump off the page at them. And then there's always the comments. Do you see what she put? Blah, blah, blah. Now, everybody texts today. Even if you're on mobile, Facebook is still Facebook. It's not an SMS platform. You want to reply as quickly as possible. This is more important if someone on your page is asking you a question. You also want to acknowledge when someone likes, shares, or comments. You never want people to comment and feel like they're just talking to a wall. Yeah, that pun was intended. Be careful of your tone when you're posting or commenting. People can't see your face or your body language, so if you put something sarcastic on your page, people aren't going to necessarily understand what it is that you were trying to convey. So you want to be careful what it is that you're putting out there. Be careful that what you say cannot be misinterpreted. Like I just said about sarcasm or even humor, people just might not understand what it is that you're saying and take it the wrong way. So you have to exercise some caution. When you're scheduling a post, one of the most important things with a Facebook fan page is you want to be consistent. If you're not going to be consistent, then people aren't going to want to keep coming back. You have to show that you're a business and that you're serious about your business. But sometimes a lack of time keeps a person from being able to even get those posts out there. It tends to be a little bit easier to go ahead and do some commenting to the pages whenever someone does comment or engage in some way. But actually the time that it takes to get that post out there seems to be hard at times. So there's a way to get away from it, away from having to do that. We can go ahead and schedule our posts. So we're going to go over that today. Let's go to your Facebook page. And whenever you're there, you're going to see status, photo, offer, and event. Those are all options that you're going to have whenever you're on that page. If you click on status, up is going to be a question. So you've clicked on status right here, and now it's going to ask you the question as to what have you been up to. You can go ahead and click on that. You can type something in there. You can hit that post button, and it's done. Now, the next one is going to be if you hit a video. If you click video and not status, what's going to happen is you're going to see upload video, upload photos or videos, and you can also, of course, share a photo album. So let's say that you do click that photo or video. What's going to happen next? Oh, I'm sorry, I did this wrong. The next one on your list going across is offer or event. If you click an offer, that would be something like, let's say, a free book or a handout or an ebook. An event would be something like, let's say this class. I create events every week for the Facebook class and for the Twitter class. Another one is going to be a milestone. You use that milestone whenever you reach certain numbers of fans. You know, hitting 1,000 is a really big thing, and 500 is a really big thing. So you go ahead and click that milestone, and you thank your fans by creating an event. If you go to that event status and you click on it, the first is going to be an offer. An example is a free sample of my book. Remember now, this is going to go out to all your fans. So this is an absolutely fantastic way to, can't do it that way because I'm logged in as, I'm logged in as my regular name, not my business name, so I can't show it to you. Remember that this goes out to all your fans, and it's a good way to introduce your giveaway. The next on that list is whenever you're doing it, the event can be any event that you're creating. It's going to ask for the name, it's going to ask of your event, the details, where tickets can be received, and the date and time of that event. Then as you're going down the list of filling out that event, is going to be category. Let's say that you click on the first one, which is art. Art is going to have another subcategory of art, book, and film. The next one is a cause, and what's going to show up is are you asking for volunteers or fundraising? The next one is community, and the subtitles are family, festival, neighborhood, religious, and shopping. The next one is going to be entertainment. Entertainment includes comedy, concert, dance, performance, nightlife, theater. If you click on the food or drink, it's going to come out as dining and tasting. And if you get interest, it's going to be for a meetup or a conference. If you go under learning, you'll have the choice of creating an event for a class, a workshop, or a talk. And then fitness is going to be for sports, games, and fitness. Now, of course, what you see on my Facebook fan page is I create an event, the category is learning, and then I go under a class. And then, of course, then I have to fill in the time and the location. I create 2 each week, one for the Twitter class, one for the Facebook training. But before I do, I like to go ahead and create the cover photo for each so that it's ready. Usually, I create the event on a Sunday or a Monday for the Twitter class, and then the very next day for that Facebook class. And like I said, that goes out, has a potential reach of reaching every single one of my fans. Someone pointed out to me that I'm not using that event feature to get my sample book out there. So that's something else that I'm going to have to work on. But that's another example of ways that we could be using those features. So now we're going back to the actual scheduling. You're picking between status, photo, video, and offer event. So let's say that we click on the photo video. We go there, we click on it, and up is going to come a choice of where it is that you want to download from. Of course, it's going to go to the photo section of your computer, and this is the photo section on my computer. So you can see these are images that I've already created with my words, and right here in tiny, tiny print are my watermark saying Chris McDonald NC. Okay, so here you see that the picture has come up. Now it's saying to say something about this photo. So the photo's shown, but we want to say something to encourage or try to get people to have some type of engagement. We want to encourage that engagement, and the way that we do it is by having a call to action. In this case, my photo said, if we were all forced to wear a warning label, what would yours say? That's what I typed in, and then I put, if you need to ask a spouse or a friend, then below, if you need to ask a friend or a spouse or a friend first, then share below. So we did get some engagement on that one. So then the very next step that you're going to do is you're going to go to that little, if you can't think of something, ask a friend or spouse. Then, see, I misspelled a word, share below. So right here, you would click on that little post button, hit the down arrow, and it says schedule, backdate, or save as a draft. What you want to do is go ahead and hit the button that says schedule. Once you hit that schedule button, up pops a box. You can leave it as the exact same day if you've made a mistake and just go ahead and post. Or if you want something in the future, you can go ahead and click on this little calendar, and it opens up a calendar and allows you to go ahead and choose that date. Then you want to go ahead and choose that time. Once you've done that, if you want to see your posts, right underneath that is going to be an area that says how many posts are scheduled. The next post is scheduled for 6:55, and then you can click on where it says see posts, and up will pop all those posts that you already have created that are waiting to go out at those particular times. Now, I hear people all the time talk about using third parties to go ahead and post those photos or status comments. Hootsuite is one that does it, and I don't know if Hootsuite puts any additional writings, such as saying that it is posted through Hootsuite or not. I haven't tried them. I have tried Buffer. Buffer does say that it is posted through Buffer, and so does Post Planner. They also says that it's been posted through the Post Planner app. I don't want that additional commenting on my pictures. I'd like to just do it myself rather than seeing that extra writing. And another reason, and maybe this is me just being a little tad bit paranoid, but Facebook changes their rules all the time. And I don't want to take any chances that all of a sudden they say that they don't want to use a third-party app to allow people to be posting on their site. Why would they do something like that? Because we can post some things through the app sometimes. Actually, I think all three of them do it now. You can go ahead and post something to Twitter and to Facebook at the exact same time. So, you know, the chances of Facebook saying, no, we can't, you're not allowed to do a third-party app to post those posts for the future, to me, that sounds like it's something that Facebook would probably say we're not going to be able to do anymore. So I got into the habit of posting them myself. That's something I prefer to do. So how far in advance do I schedule? Well, sometimes I just do something the night before. I used to do them on Sunday, and there are a lot of people that do the exact same thing. Now what I do is I pretty much schedule a week in advance as a minimum. Where I'm at right now is I'm as far as almost a week and a half to 2 weeks ahead of time. And I like that because then I don't have to worry about if something comes up. For example, I was sick on Monday and Tuesday of this week. If I didn't have those posts up, I would be scrambling trying to come up with some, images and stuff to get out there. Of course, I could always use the pictures that are in my book. If that's something that you're interested in, you could go ahead and get that, and that would be an excellent resource for you. So let me check and see if there's any questions. The handout for today is going to be why content goes viral. Go ahead and get that, and I don't see any questions. If you end up having any additional questions sometime throughout the week, please don't hesitate to go ahead and post those in there. I do get notified of the questions. Make sure that you get your handout of why content goes viral. And next week, we're going to be covering interest lists, how to create them, and hashtags. Both of those were topics that I didn't feel as if we were really going to have enough time to cover today. So I'll go ahead and write them up. If it turns out that if one of them makes it too long of a class, then I may just go over one instead of both. I am working very hard to make sure that the classes are 30 minutes or less, and that's why sometimes you might see that I have something scheduled and I don't go ahead and cover it, but I will cover it the following week. So that's it for today. Everybody have a really blessed week, and I'm so glad that you were able to join us. And for now, blessings. Bye-bye.